Hello everyone, welcome back to the South Bay Syndicate. Today we're going to continue our testing of the new Lawless Time leaders, looking at the new Boba Fett. Before we jump into that testing, just want to remind you of our 300 subscriber giveaway brought to us with our partner Lost Planet of Torrents. We want to thank them so much for sponsoring this giveaway and sponsoring the South Bay Syndicate. They've donated these lovely mall sleeves, crate, and card jacket for one of our lucky subscribers. All you have to do is head to the post, comment with your favorite new leader from A Lawless Time, and subscribe to the channel, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. We'll put the post link in the description below, as well as some information about Lost Planet. And as always, we really appreciate you watching our videos, coming to our Discord, commenting, liking, and subscribing. It really helps us out with everything we're trying to do. In today's video, we're going to focus on the new Boba Fett leader. The new Boba Fett leader allows you to create a credit token if you are able to defeat an enemy unit on attack with one of your bounty hunters. So we're pairing it with yellow today to bring in a lot of the new bounty hunters, and we're going to be doing a lot of testing on our ability to trade up into their units, try and keep some of ours on the board to get to our bigger Rancors and Sarlacc Pit and Krennics to stop them. And then also we're gonna test out the tear apart the ship, see what we can get out of our opponent's resource pile to swing the game in our favor. So let's jump into some matches and see how this leader holds up in the set preview section. I've been testing around a little bit with it. I think one of its biggest weaknesses is space. There just aren't any space bounty hunters, so you can get in trouble there where you basically have a useless ability. That's why we have the craving powers and some capture, protect the pod, ways to try and deal with the space while we're racing there. I'll go ahead and keep this. We will play or sing turn 1, maybe into an ambush or turn 2. The Sarlacc won't be for a while, so we'll go ahead and resource there. And we see the Master Codebreaker on their side and our second Sarlacc. So no Sarlaccs this game, but we'll see what else we can make happen. We will be able to create a credit here by defeating them with a bounty hunter. They will have faith in your friends. Let's see what they played. Return on leader. Okay. It looks like they're going to go pretty wide here. And so we'll see if we have any answers for that. I think right away we will use our credit to play our Forlom out, which will let us attack into a spy and trigger that credit again. So spies actually are pretty nice for us. And you can see we're setting ourselves up here to have a decent chance. We're going to claim here after their attack. Looks like they're doing some nice filtering. We'll be able to craving power over the Qui-Gon. And then maybe get an attack into their leader. But I do think they will most likely tap us down on their attack. But we've at least cleared their sentinel. We're starting to develop a board. We will get our leader out as well. Our leader will be able to attack into their spy and create another token. And now we kind of wish we had that Sarlacc Pit, right? We'd be bringing it out almost immediately. So we'll take their leader off the board. They don't have the force now. If they do choose to attack in with a spy, which they don't. Yeah, we're going to use the credits here because I think we can play the Boba next turn or the protect the pod. And we'll be able to get another credit by defeating the spy. So they have aggressive negotiation. That's fine. They're racing us for sure. So we'll see if we can get out in front of it. Whatever they play here, we should be able to clear their board. And we will. They'll have the Luke coming out next turn. So I think here we got to think about the protect the pod, killing the Luke. We'll play out the Boba. And we'll just keep their board clear. And we'll get our Miss Hunter out. So we're building up a lot of credits. That craving power is also nice. We can let them ready their Luke here and pretty much wipe it out. And then we can start to go to base, I think. They're going to draw again. I think in that case, what do I want to do here? I think we'll play a little bounty hunter, giving us the option to draw a card and see what else they're going to do. Okay. So they will play another Faith, showing double Venestra. We'll be able to create some tokens. We'll wipe their board there, and then we will draw a card. Oh, capture is nice as well. And we'll be able to really, really start to take control of the board. And even here, we can see they got a lot of resources down there. We might be able to take something from the resource row. I don't think the Rancor is going to come out because we should be able to finish it here. They can ready him. We will defeat him, and that should end the game. So we were waiting for that, and we had to answer, and GG's to our opponent. So you can see how we were able to build credits and kind of control the board with our trade ups. In this case, they were playing Faith in Your Friends, which actually really goes into our benefit, and not a lot of space there, thank goodness. And here we have a Vader yellow, which I think could be very interesting. They have a lot of ways to do damage to our units. We don't love this one cost ship because it dies immediately. Maybe we'll get our Zuckuss out and see how we can do with it. We do have the new Forlom and Zuckuss, not as powerful as the old ones, and maybe in reverse order. And you can see this is very unfavorable for us, but not a lot of options in this deck early on. Even here, this guy just isn't a bounty hunter, so we won't be able to activate that. So that'll go into the resource pile. And we'll see if they decide to take us out. Oh, they got throw the rock. All right, we will get our 3-cost 4/4 that they could take. They're just okay. So they're controlling the board nicely here, not allowing us to take advantage of anything. They're getting these They're getting these damage points off of HK on these kills. And so here I think we'll try to play out the Zuckuss, see if we can get something to stick. If not, the next turn the Forlom will take this out. We'll get a credit, and we'll kind of go from there. They have a second the rock. Okay. 2 rocks to start. And now they have a space unit. So we're really looking for capture to control that. We'll see what we can get. This isn't going to do it. Okay, so let's see if we can start to flip things here. We'll get our credit. We'll clear their ground. And now this is online where it does damage first. Nope, it gets tapped. It gets tapped, and then they can take the Boba Fett out of our hand. Great play for them. And so they're able to tap again. Okay. Now they were able to tap again here, but I think what happens for us is this gets to deal damage first. There's our capture, which is not something we can use at the moment. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. So I believe, let's see. So we can attack here and deal damage. So able to wipe that. We'll get another attack here. They did nothing. Oh, they shadow. Okay. Interesting enough. We're going to have to kill our Zuckuss off so we don't take any damage there. To protect the pod's nice. For activating our charge with corruption, and then also gives some opportunities to deal damage to Vader, which I like. So we will go ahead and capture him, I think, under Boba here. The idea is here we're going to slam this into Vader. Yeah, so we'll just go into Vader. We'll pay the 1. And then we'll be able to protect the pod. and clear their board and their hand. And now we'll start to go to base. So it's maybe a little bit more controlling than we planned to be, but GG's to our opponent. We were able to take over the board again. A little capture, a little protect the pod, just different ways to keep us alive while keeping them off guard. And we'll go to our next one. Oh, and here we have what I would call a much stronger Boba. But let's see if we can compete with it here. We got to think about where to put our indirect damage, and then also in this matchup, we probably aren't going to get a lot of ability out of the Boba Fett leader. They're just going to go space a lot, so we're hoping they start on the ground, and we can use our target tagger with our Aura Sing to trade up into it and get a credit early. And they go direct space, which would maybe indicate like a racing situation, which is definitely in their favor. We'll be able to play the expendable mercenary to eat up some indirect damage coming up, but without any of our protect the pod, without our capture cards coming, we might be in a rough shape. Yeah. And there's the Vader pilot. So what we really need to see is a capture card. And there are no bounty hunters in space. So when you're building out this deck, it makes it much more difficult. But we do want to try and get practice in with all the different leaders. We do have pre-releases coming up. And I think bounty hunters maybe will come in the future. Great draw there. I think we're not going to ramp anymore. These both have 3 health left. So they'll get this back on the Boba flip, if not earlier. But for now, we'll go ahead and grab it. We'll show 4-Lam and Zuckuss. I think we want to keep Aura Sing alive. It doesn't really matter. So we'll go ahead and capture that. That also takes the shield away, which is nice. This is our first video post Milwaukee. We are planning to do kind of a recap video with Ninja Ferret, who you've seen on the stream before. He was our top 10 finisher at the sector in Phoenix, and he did an amazing job in Milwaukee and was able to actually top his top 10 and made it to top 8 of the regional. Just an amazing showing. So we'll be able to talk with him about his constructed deck and that run. And I shouldn't have attacked there as I was talking through that. So we'll have to probably kill off our Aura Sing here in a moment. So we'll go through his run. We'll talk through both of our limited and constructed runs. I finished top 128 in both, which is not bad. One had 700, one had 600, and those earned additional black packs, which were a big thing for the weekend. Big earnings on those. But I was 1 win short each day of the second day. So we'll talk about those runs, both on the limited and constructed side, going 6-3 and 5-3 and just missing out. And then talk to Ninja Ferret about his run into the top 8. And he qualified for the Galactic, so congratulations to him on that as well. I know it's something big he was looking for. So we are taking damage from the Shadow. We could have not attacked and then it would have stayed okay, but I was not paying attention. And you can see here it's pretty tight. We don't have another way of getting in damage right now, so they're going to kill this off. We're going to get an attack in, and then we're going to hope that we can claim to finish it off. But I'm not sure of the order of things. They could have a sudden ferocity. Just a couple different options, so it's very close. Because they're going to get us to 20. This will do 22. Or they'll just have it. The single sudden ferocity does make me feel a little bit better. So we'll get our swing in. And now they attack and we claim. And we might have pulled out the race here with the craving power really helping us out. I also was talking about Milwaukee and didn't pay attention, but when I killed the missile droid, um, I should have killed off the Aura Sing instead of taking the damage to base. But GG to our opponent and another win, and we take out the Boba pilot. And let's go again. Ooh, okay. And here we have Thrawn Yellow, which you know is one of my favorites. It looks like a lot more people are looking at the Force version of it, which I think is a lot of fun. Makes sense on rotation as well, although the Talzin Yellow is looking really good. We'll keep this. I see a couple ways for us to earn credits here on ambush. I think we'll resource our Dark Trooper and our Sarlacc, and we'll see what they go with. This Eager Escort could be nice to take out the Legacy run, and just like an even trade. So in this situation here, yes, they get to draw a card, but now we get a token, so we like that trade there. We'll play our guy here. We'll claim. I don't hate this scenario. They're going to end up with a lot of cards in hand. Be interested to see what they're resourcing as well. So I think here we'll keep keep doing our trades, keep building tokens, and hope that they resource something big. They'll Shatter Point. We'll play our Zuckuss on curve, keeping our tokens intact. The reason that we're doing this is there is an opportunity for us to possibly get way ahead if we grab something from their resource row. We do have to be careful of the legacy run here. There it is. The legacy run is going to do a lot of damage to us, right? There's just nothing you can do about it. They have it, which means they probably have the other piece. So what we're going to do is just jam into it. We're going to take our loss on that front. Oh, and they're not going to use... Okay. Oh, they can't use his ability. So I think that's the best scenario for us. Yes, we didn't use all of our resources, but we were able to get past one legacy run, and we're still have 2 units on the board. Okay. So now I think could be a good opportunity for us to take a look at their resources. So we'll use a token. And they don't have much, so that was unfortunate for us. Well, we took a shot. It also makes me worry they have a lot of stuff in hand. And then doing that will also probably scare them from resourcing something big, which is not great. I don't know what I'm thinking there. Overall, that just didn't work out the way I hoped. It's okay, though. We'll keep hitting base. We will go space on this side of it. After we saw, obviously, their resources, I think developing the board would have been a better option. The hope was they had something big early, like a big ship that they didn't need that they would put down there. The Vader's going to come in. That's okay. Sure, they can double shield the Krennic. That makes less sense. We'll get our ship out there. I think we will go ahead and kill off the Thrawn, get him off the board. So they'll have an answer then for... Sorry. They'll have an answer for our Miss Hunter with that claim. That makes more sense. All right. I think think we go again. See what they got this time. Ooh, they put a Vader down there. Do we want the Vader? I think we do. Sure, we'll put on the Krennic. Oh, it had a shield. I was not paying attention. Man, I'm out of it. Because I had to put it on mine, right? So I should have just taken the removal. That's a big dummy. Right when I went to grab a sip of water. All right, our Rancor is hidden, so if they don't have an answer for it, we could win. They do have the answer. They have the resources and the answer, so I made a bunch of mistakes in this one. I was distracted most of the match. I apologize for that. We will go again and see what we can do. We'll play it out so they can get the win. We'll go ahead and they got it. I will requeue. GG's to our opponent there. Definitely should have sequenced the end of the game differently. Took a couple gambles. Really wanted to try out that card. See the risks of it. And then in their hand was everything I think I needed to grab. So they did a good job keeping everything. And here we'll have an Avar blue. Blue-green hero is just super powerful right now. So a lot to worry about in this deck. We will keep this hand. I think this time we're going to hang on to the Sarlacc for now. I just want to get some games in where we're trying some of the different pieces. So let's see if we get to a point where we play the Sarlacc and can start to take advantage of it. We will claim 4-Lom could be nice. So what we'll do is we'll hit into that because we know they're going to start to ramp pieces out. Sure. We'll go ahead and claim. I think in this scenario, though, we're going to end up resource back. I don't think we want to have that out anymore. So you can see here, we probably need to be the faster deck, and we're already not. So we're going to be pretty far behind on what's happening. So we're going to start with our 4-Lom. We're going to create a token from that as a trade. There's not really much we can do here. We got to trade this out. Otherwise, they can hit into us twice. So we're going to trade this out. We're going to get another token. And now we can play our Sarlacc here. I don't think we're going to need this guy for resourcing anymore. So let's see what happens. They have Anakin. We will play our Sarlacc out. We do like the capture. I think what we want to do here is defeat. And then whatever they play out here, we want to capture. And then when we attack, we can do 5 damage, which is pretty nice. So they're going to use the Force. Oh, they're not going to. Okay. So we'll go ahead and show these. We'll capture the Kelleran. We will, doesn't matter here, so we'll throw this at it. Okay. I think here we're definitely hoping they have something good in their resource pile. But let's see what happens here. Not sure why they didn't deploy last turn. They could have used the Force with the Itinerant Warrior and then deployed. And I think we would have been in much worse shape. But maybe they want to get an attack in with Itinerant Warrior first. So what are we hoping that they resourced here? I mean, maybe an early bow. That's a nice card for them. We'll go ahead and defeat here. Okay, so they had a Kelleran underneath. That's nice. So we're going to grab the Kelleran, which will allow us to grab here and hit. And they had some other nice pieces down there too. So I really like that move there. I think that gives us some options. And the Krennic is a great pickup here as well. And now when we look at our resources, we still have a 4-LOM. So on attack, I think we're good to trade here. We don't mind that. We put our wall out. Go ahead and claim. Sure. I think in this case, we are getting rid of their leader, getting a credit. Trying to remember what else they resourced. We will taking the cough. Double Yoda is just really, really strong. It's going to be hard for us to have an answer for Double Yoda. But we'll try. I think that's going to be GG. I think any blue-green hero is just really strong, and they were able to ramp in the right ways. They were able to kind of control our board with their removal pieces, and it was just a little bit too much for us. And that's how it goes. Now they can keep punishing. I think what we're trying to do. They have a protect the pod. Which will give them the... Oh, they move damage over. Smart. They move the damage over, able to get rid of us. GG's to them. And I think that's just the fear with any green-blue hero. All right. Here we have a Han Solo pilot. Not one of the two Han Solos from Milwaukee that took over, but actually the one that I ended up playing. I ran Han for Tarkentown and had a lot of fun with it. It was got some big ships out, did some damage, started off 5-1, really good, and then kind of faltered at the end, which is kind of how it goes. I ran into a data vault issue at the end. Actually, my only losses were to data vault in the tournament, so that's just how it goes sometimes. So here we're in a awkward spot where the protect the pods don't do anything here, and I did not pay attention to my resourcing at all. Okay. So I think we're going to take a lot of damage here. We're just kind of passing because we don't have really a choice. And we're going to be pretty far behind. We'll see if we can Boba Fett craving power to catch back up, but I don't think so. And I'm not sure what's going on from our opponent. They get the Han Solo down. We'll claim. The Rancor won't do anything in this matchup. We'll flip our leader. Now we can protect the pod. This. And hope for the best. Not having a turn 4 is obviously pretty bad. There's a light maker. Han's going to go on that. Putting it out of range and putting the game out of range. So GG's to our opponent there. Just we didn't have a play, got too fast, then we lost it. Yep. And so we'll go on to our next one. Sorry for some of the quick games here. Here we have the Thrawn yellow again. Maybe we can focus up on this one and see what happens. You can see kind of the downfalls of this deck. It needs interaction. It needs bounty hunters. There aren't even enough bounty hunter turn 1 plays to be able to get it online quickly. Because that you end up doing a lot of things that are less optimal. And then when you get into space, it really becomes trouble. I don't think the Sarlacc is gonna. We'll probably need the Krennic over the Sarlacc if we get there. So we'll build it that way. We'll kind of try and go wide here, get a draw. I do like this, but we have a space answer already, so we'll go at it from this angle. We'll take the force back away. Okay. I think I understand what happened there. Okay, we'll trigger this out. We'll get our card draw. We'll keep them off the force. And now we've gone pretty wide here. And we'll see if we can maintain an edge or if a legacy run is coming. I think we do have to be careful of that. Okay. So we'll get our attacks in while we can. They have the plot legacy run piece. That's going to wipe the board. Sure. We'll get our damage in. Okay. I do like a lot of these pieces. We'll actually get rid of the protect the pod here. We'll try and push our damage. They're going to have better top end pieces, I believe. And they're going to have the Shin Flurries and things like that coming. There's the Darth Nihilus. We can play an interesting game here. I think they're forced to trade into it, but I'm not sure actually because the Nihilus ability. They have the Shin Flurry Vader. Sure. We'll get Krennic out, give us some draw, allow us to kill Nihilus. And then we'll have to think about what to do next. So we'll take out the Nihilus. Not sure that was only 1 damage. You have to do 3. They'll get their healing. And we'll try and get wide on our end. And so we didn't draw top end here. And we'll see if they have drawn top end excuse me, with their extra draws. Better than top end, I think. They drew removal, which is just going to put us, I think, too far behind. Even the capture, I think we cannot capture. So it's going to be GG's to our opponent. Nicely done. And we are on the Boba struggle bus right now. And you can kind of see the deck run out of steam. It can get controlled quite a bit. We'll play Julian here on the Jabba yellow, which I think could be an interesting matchup. We'll keep this one. We do have one of our bounty hunter. Not the strongest, but we'll make it. We'll try and make it work. Again, they really did not give it the full support, but we want to make sure we test these leaders. I've been doing a lot of Val testing as well. Super interesting concepts with Val. I think it's going to be a great limited leader. And maybe there's a code you can crack with the actual with constructed, but I think it's going to just be a little bit slower, a little bit more gimmicky than the other pieces. But we'll see. So here I think we'll trade out and pick up our credit token. Yeah, so we'll just try and get some damage in on these. Pick up a second credit token next turn. So right now here we can actually take that out. Try and control the board on the flip. We'll see if they have an ambusher. They do. They always do. And the best one with the most amount of damage to be done. So that really worked out in their favor. I think here we'll ambush and get our credit back. And we will go ahead and play that out just to have something on the board. And we'll see if they have another. Oh, okay. Sure. They play a jam communication, which gets Anakin online. We'll play our hidden. They have removal for it. Yeah, and so I think just at this point we're just in trouble. We can't get anything to stick on the board. We might as well not resource. No. Yeah, we can't get anything to stick on the board. They're able to control everything we're trying to do. They're slowly pouring in damage while we are just getting beat down. And I think that's just one of the risks with this deck. Sure, we'll grab a Sentinel. We'll grab a Mist Hunter. Oh, I did that wrong. Okay. We'll grab a Sentinel. They'll send it back to their hand. So far, it's been anything we've played from their resource row, from our hand. They've had the exact answer for it. And that's just how it goes. And I think that that's going to be GG. And all right. All right, so that was our look at the new Boba. You can see it's got a lot of pieces missing. We're just trying it out, trying different things. We took some risks in different games. Had a lot of fun testing with it and trying to see if it could work. I'm hopeful in future sets more bounty hunters come out because it could be very interesting. Also thinking about this as a limited leader, I don't think there are enough bounty hunter pieces that are going to be common enough for you to be able to build a deck. You could look in red as well. There's some bounty hunter synergies there, maybe in blue, but I just think in each pool you're just going to fall short of building the right curve to get the interactions you're looking for to go big and take over. We were able to do it in a couple of games, but it's just a little inconsistent. I hope you enjoyed watching this. We're going to keep testing the different leaders and understanding what to do with them, and I'm sure there is a better Boba build out there in the future. Appreciate you as always. Thank you.